Hi everyone, welcome back to Homemaking 101. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace elastic in the cloth reusable diapers. So we went ahead and did the side seams already. As you can see, it's new elastic in here. So we're going to go and do these back two pieces here. These are the ones that have the insert that you put in the back. So as you can see, this elastic back here is completely stretched out. So we're going to find our side seam and take our seam ripper, and we're going to take this side seam apart right here. So we're just doing a little bit at a time. Once we get our side seam apart, then we can go ahead and start taking across here. Before I go any further, I want to show you guys these diapers. Not all of them are the same, but they have the elastic sewn into the edge. So you have to take this whole side piece apart as well to be able to undo the elastic. So you can pull that out. And then we're gonna go ahead and work this whole side seam. Take it out all the way over to this side where it's attached. And got one side out. As you can see, it's all out, and this is what you're going to have left. It's going to look like. And then your side seams are going to look like this. So you're going to have this little edge here where you're going to re-sew then as well. But your elastic is sewed in right here. So we're going to go ahead and repeat with this whole side. So now that both pieces are completely removed, we're going to save our piece of elastic to measure a new one. As you can see, it's extremely stretched out. There's like nothing left to it at all. So we're going to measure with our new elastic. All the diapers have different size elastic in them, so just make sure you measure what is in yours so you know what to get. We're going to place the tops together. And then I always do about half of it is where we're going to cut and use. So we're going to cut two of these pieces. Alright, so we have our two pieces cut. So now we're going to go ahead and sew them back into the diaper. So what you want to do first is where your elastic was sewed in place on the edge. You want to take your elastic, put underneath of this edge, like so. Put this down, and then we're going to sew across here. So our elastic is going to be sewed into our fabric, and it'll be stuck here. And then we're going to sew along the edge of the white all the way over to the other edge, making sure not to sew on our elastic because we need to be able to stretch it through and across. Once we get the seam sewn in here, we're going to put a safety pin on the other end so we can pull our elastic through. So we went ahead and sewed our edge in over here, and then we went across all the way to this edge, leaving this end open. Our safety pin is in the middle here, so we're going to work it over just by pushing it and then pulling the material back. I'm going to work it out so it can come out the other side. You can see it comes out here. Just going to pull it a little bit, leaving your safety pin on just in case your elastic would slide back. We're going to sew along this edge right here, same as we did when we first started. So now we can take our safety pin off. You can just leave the little bit of excess elastic that you have here and just let that on because it's going to be sewed inside then as we close it up. So that whole seam is done on the back. We're going to switch out to some blue thread for the front so the white doesn't stand out so bad. And we're going to do the same thing with the front. Now that we sewed both of the elastics in for each side, we're going to go ahead by finishing the edges over here. So what we're going to do is just re-sew from here over to the edge of our elastic. So just a very small spot we're going to do on both sides just to reconnect that seam that we tore apart to get the elastic out. Alright, so we went ahead and finished our side seams. So we sewed across the top and then we also sewed up and down to reconnect that seam as well. So both of those were reconnected. So now we have our cloth diaper that has nice new elastic in it, and your insert would go in here, and then you would just fold it back up. And then there you have your cloth diaper with new elastic. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can also, quickly before I end this video, you can make the elastic as tight as you want. You could also measure your baby, because if you have a smaller baby, you might want your elastic a little bit tighter. Some of them were a little tight on my son when he was older, so for them you want it a little bit looser. So depending on what size baby you're using this one, I would measure around their belly and depending on how far in your snaps go as well. But thank you guys so much for watching.